Yeah.
Hello, Todd, it's your agent here. Unfortunately, I have some bad news.
No way.
Unfortunately, they have cancelled the interview, but we have a replacement.
Yeah, go on, hit me.
It's an up-and-coming Magic the Gathering team named Team Templar.
What?
Yes, it's something to do with a children's card game, kind of like Pokemon.
Right, I'm a little bit pissed now because I'm supposed to be the next James Corden, but this sounds like a joke.
No, Todd. I can assure you this is a fantastic gig. They have a great captain called Rocco Vitesi. He's known widely as Poster Boy.
A poster boy? I'm not Alan Partridge, mate. This is way too deep Norfolk.
I'm glad you said that because it's not actually with Poster Boy.
No?
No, it's with the owner of the team.
The owner?
Yes.
That is like trying to book an interview with Messi and end up talking to his coach. I don't get it.
Honestly, it does seem like an exciting up-and-coming space, and it could be a good springboard for your career.
Right. Springboard.
Yes.
Last time, right, you've got all... I was interviewing a carrot farmer the other week, right? This is outrageous. Last one.
Look, just give it a chance. I've heard the venue is absolutely spectacular.
The venue's nice.
Oh, yes, the best.
100%.
Yes.
Not lying to me, Gary.
It's not Gary.
All right. And my name's on the title?
We haven't discussed
Yeah?
that.
Yeah?
Maybe.
Audience with Todd.
I think the working title is Between Something.
Yeah?
Right. Yes, it will have your name in it, though, I promise.
Don't ring me again, Gary, yeah? Give me at least 24 hours.
Gary.
Right?
Todd, my name is not Gary.
Sweet, bye. Fucking hell. What the fuck is this? Yeah.
Hello, my star, how are you?
Gary, mate, it's a loft.
It's not what loft?
Yeah, a loft.
I don't know what you mean.
I told you. Yeah. James Corden, not Alan Partridge. I've just had to climb up a rickety fucking ladder.
A ladder?
Yeah. No, I'm done. I'm done. I'll do this one. Right, I'll do this, but then you're done. You're fired, mate. Hello, and welcome to another Meet the Templar video. Today, we've got him from out behind the camera, owner, founder of Team Templar. Some say he was the 13th apostle at the Last Supper. Some say he sleeps in chainmail. We know him as the overseer. Stephen. Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Todd. Thank you for that very extravagant introduction.
Oh, you got to go the extra mile when it's the owner.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, we've definitely picked the setting for it.
Yeah, between two typewriters. So these questions are fielded from the Team Templar team. We've changed the set already.
Yeah, the briefcase is in the way. Sorry.
A Rupert fan as a child. What motivated you to start Team Templar?
That's a good question. I don't even really know the answer. I don't know. I feel a deep regret has been evident since forming the team. No, I think it was so to be somewhat serious. It was actually all off the cuff, not to bring his ego up at all. Poster boy, Rocco Vitesi. Was consistently doing pretty well at Axion events. Like you saw him in top 8s. I think it was like 3 events in a row. He was placing, winning boxes. Like he was doing very well. And I kind of figured that there was obviously Team Axion. But aside from that, there aren't really any, as far as I'm aware, known UK teams. And specifically in South Norfolk. South Norfolk's like the armpit of the UK. So it was kind of the idea of, well, why don't we showcase some really good South Norfolk players, which is hence why I approached yourself, Rocco, and Will to start the team off way back when. And obviously before that, it was just honestly, it was just a case of the pandemic. We were playing Commander. There were often more people. Sorry, to preface, we were playing Commander on Spell Table. There were often more than 4 people, and people wanted to watch the games. So we put it on Twitch and just started streaming there back when it was Commander's Templar, before there was the team or anything like that. And that's kind of where it all got going from.
You actually led into it a little bit. You've pivoted from Commander to competitive team. Obviously, Rocco being the poster boy, the kind of like example of excellence. Is it exclusively going to be a South Norfolk team, or do you see a future where we expand the roster?
I think there's potential to expand the roster, but I think from an organisational perspective, so I've said this to a lot of you guys fairly frequently, so kind of a look behind the curtain a little, is that, you know, the fact a lot of people don't know that this sounds really horrible, but we weren't really friends before the team, right? Like we didn't really know each other. That's more the case. I'd only really been coming to Athena regularly for like a month, maybe 2 months. I'd got to know Rocco and Alex a little better because I played online with them during the pandemic. So I think it's been a real happy accident that everyone gets on really well.
Definitely.
Like, it wasn't intended to be that way. It was intended to be, you know, very high skilled players from the local area that will perform. And it's been a happy accident that, you know, we all get on very well. So I think there's always room for expansion, but it's also being very careful about rocking the boat, you know. It's one of those.
It is good vibes. The Team Templar meals. After the Milton Keynes.
We've always, you know, we go out for meals locally. We always, you know, travel together for the big events. So, you know, it's key that we get on. But with that said, I definitely think we'll eventually look to expand. You know,
currently 9 on roster, right?
Yes, I think so. I don't know. I'm sorry.
What situation would need to occur for Team Templar to maybe start some other card games, Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon?
So again, look behind the curtain. It's already happening. In that,
not with my knowledge.
we're planning a series where I want to try and do it like the original humans discovering fire kind of premise, where I will just put 2 starter decks of a game down that Templar members have never seen. Just be like, figure out how to play. So in terms of dipping the toe in, that's the aim there. In terms of competing, I don't see it on the radar. As you know, where I stand, and I'll say this on camera, is, as far as I'm concerned, the only game that interests me in any way competitively is Flesh and Blood. I think it's a very exciting uprising game. Whereas I think, to be honest, and I include Magic in this, I think all the other games are a little bit on the downtick in comparison. Flesh and Blood are doing a hell of a lot for the player base and to get new people into the game. So maybe Flesh and Blood. The payouts at pro events are very, very high. I think they paid out like a couple $100,000 at the latest World Championship, which obviously is hard to get to, but that's big money. So yeah, it would be cool to see some of the players moving over, and I know a lot of Magic players have moved to Flesh and Blood in the sense that it seems to be quite an easy transferable. The games seem to have similar strategy and skill. So
if that's content you want to see, let us know.
Like, share, you know, all that stuff. Hit the comment.
Who do you want to see playing Flesh and Blood for the first time in the team?
That is a good one. And to be fair, I think the only preface is I want people that have never played the game. So as long as they've never... So Alex, like, if anyone wants to see Alex playing games, it's not going to happen because he works in a game store and he has played every game and he is the card game specialist. So he is not going to be discovering fire with us as he has already discovered it. But,
and as from the latest short videos that are either going to be posted before or after this, you will see I don't even know anything about Magic the Gathering.
I think a little sneak for that one. I think those might be before this. I don't know the schedule, but they'll be in and around. But Alex's card knowledge was like above and beyond everyone else's. Like, it was ridiculous. It was like that one of the parts of the questions was like, what year or set was a card released, and he was just like rolling it off without even thinking. Like, it was wild.
He is a sponge for knowledge. That man is incredibly good at Magic the Gathering when he plays it.
If Alex could play more, he would definitely do very, very well at tournaments.
Okay, next question. Who performed well in the last RCQ season, and who are you hopeful for to perform in this RCQ season? Could be Team Templar, could not be Team Templar.
Okay, so, I mean, in terms of the actual RCQ season, for Team Templar specifically, I think obviously Rocco qualified for Athens, which is fantastic. But I've felt fairly sorry for Phil, Jay, and Michael in that all of them kept getting top fours, finals, really close. I don't think it was. I think it was the season before the Birmingham Edgbaston. So last season, the season before the season.
Yeah.
Phil almost top eighted that ridiculously large, super giga qualifier thing.
Yeah.
But it's always seemed so unfortunate.
Some close calls.
Yeah, in the last event at Milton Keynes, Jay and Phil got paired together at 4-1. Obviously, that knocks one of them out. They both lost win and ins, to double ID.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately fell at the final hurdle as well. Jay's winning in at 4-0 was against Charles from Team Axion, who was a fantastic player, and he was playing the deck that absolutely stomps Jay's deck. You could see from before the game even started, Jay was just kind of resound to... I know you can't be resound to defeat because there's always variance, but there are also pretty reliable percentages in some decks just clap other decks.
Yeah.
I feel very sorry for them. I'm really proud of how everyone performed. It's heartbreaking, in particular the RCQ, where 75% of the top four were Templar, and we did not walk away with a slot. Same with 50%. We did so well. So many RCQs, the ones we went to. I think we had a Templar in the final of every single RCQ we went to.
Yeah.
Which is a hell of a
above
showing.
odds.
Considering this is the first RCQ season we went to a few events, didn't really take it that seriously until it was too late. In terms of we did okay at one, and it was like, oh shit, we could actually do something here, and we didn't really test. So I think everyone did really, really well. In terms of outside of the team, I mean, I feel really, really bad because I can't remember his name, but the enigmatic player who beat James at the movie shack, I think it's Alex, was an absolute beast on that deck, and he didn't make many misplays that whole day. And of course, there's many other players that do well. I was very, very impressed by Zach Meekums from Ipswich, who beat Phil in a final. He's an incredible Magic player. Not quite South Norfolk, we don't like Ipswich. He's a very, very good player. And in terms of who I want to do well, or I expect to do well, honestly, everyone. I think you got a few top fours, so I think that's pretty good. But I think, particularly with it being Pioneer, both Jamie and Alex have a chance to really shine, being that Modern is not their wheelhouse. Especially not for Jamie, who has always been very Pioneer focused over the last little while, and Alex, who just doesn't really get to play Magic. He's very, very accomplished at Pioneer. So I think I'd like to see some results from them, but I think everyone will do well. I think I'll do terribly because I hate Pioneer. I don't know the format. I don't like the format.
It feels a little bit rock paper scissors for me, but we gonna dig into the numbers.
We're gonna
look at it a bit, but it feels a bit rock paper scissors to me. A bit of a seat and lottery, more so than Modern, where just the sideboard cards are just a bit better, I think.
Yeah, I think Modern, hot take maybe, but I think Modern is more diverse. I know people don't like the MH meta, but I think it's actually spurned life into new decks. From myself as a big Merfolk fan, I don't think that deck functions half as well without Surveillance. If you're an Elementals fan, you can't really play that deck without the Furies. There's been so many cards. Titan has, as a saga, is revived Hammer, tight. Like I think MH has been somewhat healthy.
Yeah, I still think as well, like with the Boris Ephemerate deck, there are still things that are popping up that maybe have been unexplored.
Yeah. I mean, like as well, like you can play shit decks and still do well. I think that's the big thing that people write off. Elves players were going like positive records. You know, Tyvar Wolves players were doing fine. Mill almost made a top 8 of a 128 person event or whatever.
Mill is a solid deck. I think if that turns up and you haven't thought about it, a bit like Burn used to be, where you sideboard, you kind of like, well, I haven't seen Burn in a while.
Yeah,
I'll cut that a bit.
I
haven't seen Mill in a while. Cut my Emrakul. Before you know it, you're drawing an from an empty library. Fair enough. What are you excited about for Magic sets in the coming year, coming releases?
Commander Masters.
Controversially,
nice. I don't appreciate the price increases from WotC. I am very personally offended by the price of Aftermath. The fact that they are 5-card booster packs is absolutely outrageous.
Yeah.
However, I do also think so with Lord of the Rings, obviously draft and set boxes are relatively affordable within the context of trading card games and what we expect from Magic. The collector's box is like double. I think that's great. I think collector's products should be more expensive because they are for whales. You know, you don't need a blinged out serialized card to play Modern or any format. You need that to be flashy if you want to. However, Commander Masters, you know, we've gone from around 250 for a draft box of a master set to 300. That's a big jump, but it has been, you know, inflation is a killer. I'm sure they are making really good margins on it, but I am also sure that, you know, cost of everything going up has been a factor in that decision, as well as their greed. And I think the set will be loaded, and I'm very, very excited to see what they put in it. I'm getting a little tired of variants in terms of, like, I hate that in draft sets you've got like this border and borderless and for like that. It is a bit much.
It's hard to follow, I agree, yeah.
But I like the fact that sometimes if one has an artwork you really like, it's cool to get a new foiling or whatever if they issue your thing. Like straight up, Yarok the Desecrated was my first EDH deck. I will not be buying the Halo foil because I think the Halo foiling is terrible. But you know, on other occasions, you know, I didn't purchase one, but like a full art foil Imperial seal that looked pretty cool from Double Masters 2022. So yeah, I think there's a lot of cool stuff that could be in there, and I think there'll be a lot of reprints, and I hope that the value's there for stores to crack so that the prices come down for the everyman. You know, so like Fierce Guardianship isn't like a ridiculous card for Jimmy to buy, or Jewel Lotus as well. Hopefully that'll come down a bit, make it a bit more accessible.
And quite a lot of the team, like obviously you've said Commander Masters is one of the sets you're looking forward to. Quite a lot of the team do play CEDH, so like that is something we're interested in. And if you're interested in seeing CEDH content, obviously hit us up, and that's something we can put together. There's some quite entertaining rule sharking going on in our CEDH
only from one direction, but no, and equally as well. You know, if we're ever at events and you're a CEDH player, please hit us up. We're always trying to grab games in the evening. They're, you know, proxy friendly. It's all good. Like literally, Michael's deck is paper. You know, it's
Wizards say proxies are allowed with the 30th anniversary.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, I think it's ridiculous to. I would much rather get a higher quality game and have hand-drawn cards than a worse game.
100%.
And, you know, people compromise on the deck.
2 more questions.
Cool.
Team Templar dream sponsors, other than Raid Shadow Legends, hit me up.
I don't think there are any.
No.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think sponsorships in general serve the purpose to. So I've always been an advocate when we used to stream a lot on Twitch of the money coming in from subscriptions, from sponsorships, from whatever. It should all go towards improving the quality of the content. You know, I don't know why I don't have a greed motivation towards it, because I do in other avenues in life. But for me, it is always about improving. So in terms of sponsor, as long as you're not like being sponsored by someone that's like killing dolphins, right? Like, you know, really heinous stuff. I think it's just any sponsorship to improve the quality of what we do, and also make it easier for the team to attend events is just all you'd hope for. If you had to pick specific companies, I'm not going to say anyone in the Magic space in case that alienates anyone else. But I guess like some kind of a drinks company would be nice, right? Like just to have some kind of a, you know, a check plus a fridge full of something during filming shoots would be pretty nice. You know, if you could get Bud Light to sponsor you like Post Malone, that'd be pretty good.
Or just Post Malone sponsor us.
Yeah. I think any of those kind of things would be cool. I don't like the idea of saying it because it implies bias, but being closer to WotC would be cool in terms of getting early previews. I know like YouTube channels and content creators that are close to them often get sets early. Yeah. Stuff like that. That would be very cool, being able to draft a set before it came out. But yeah, nothing really aimed for.
And then the obviously part of the Meet the Templar kind of thing, the final question.
Okay.
Shag, marry, avoid.
I thought I'd avoided that one after all these questions. Of the team, yeah?
Of Team Templar, yeah.
Okay. Shag, marry, avoid, Team Templar. And is it ethical for me to answer this?
What, because you're our daddy?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Okay. Avoid, who would I avoid? No, let's do it in the right order. So Shag, the obvious one is, Rocco, because poster boy. But walking SDI, as has been mentioned. So I don't know if we'd go there or not. I think I'm going to lean towards the same answer as poster boy and go with Phil, because I think Phil's seen some shit to quote Rocco. I think Phil would show you a good time for sure. Marry, I would definitely marry yourself. Again, that would be fine.
6 a.m. Starbucks.
6 a.m. Starbucks every day. Let's go. And avoid. Who would I avoid? This is the hard one. I think I'd avoid Alex because,
that's the only avoid he's got, right?
No. He did get an avoid from someone else. It's for the same reason as well. I think his missus would kill me. So I'm going to go with the Jamie Pepe answer there. I'm just ripping off other people's answers here. But no, I think that's probably pretty accurate. Yeah. And I suppose the first one on the flip side to the wild ride of Phil, you could potentially go for the cuddle in the morning of James Gurney. But that's where I'll land on that one.
I appreciate you answering that question. I know that was
it might not make the
one
video.
That made you sweat.
Yeah, it might not make the video. It might just have cut by now. The outro's already happened and you're not even listening.
All right. Well, this has been Meet the Templar between two typewriters.
Yeah, they are the
thank you for tuning in.
Typewriters. Yeah. I think.
And if you want to submit any questions for any future videos, I've run out of ideas, so please do that.
yeah, it was good to be, have a sit down, have a chat. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you at the next one.